Hey everybody, so today's topic is probably going to gross you out if you have a weak stomach. And if you're about to eat or you're eating, you might want to pause this video until later. But today we're going to talk about deer warts. That's what people call them. They're not really warts, but it is a very nasty looking condition in whitetails. And it's not really as bad as it looks. I'm going to explain what we know about it through research. But for the most part, when you see these really nasty growths on deer, they're one of three things. They're either a fibroma, a papilloma, or a lipoma. Let me tell you more about them. Scientifically speaking, these weird looking growths are called cutaneous fibromas, and they're caused by the papilloma virus. These viral infections have been known for decades, and actually the first person that ever reported on these in popular literature was our own Dr. Leonard Lee Rue III, who wrote Rue's Views in Deer and Deer Hunting years ago. What we know through Rue's reporting is that papillomas, fibromas, and lipomas are caused by viral infections. They can't be transmitted to humans, and they're seldom injurious to a deer. Although none of these ailments are really that common, we're seeing them more often these days because these viral infections are passed from deer to deer. So whether that's through feeding areas or the fact that we have more trail cameras out there, I think it's because people are more aware of deer and they're managing deer year-round. Papillomas are the most common of the three tumors, and they consist of wart-like growths that may number in the dozens. Despite their unsightly appearance, these growths come off when a deer's hide is skinned and the meat is completely safe to eat. So if you really want to dig into the research and learn more about this, go to one of the great websites from the DNR agencies, like the Washington State Department of Fish and Wildlife, where they teach us about papillomas in that they are firm, hairless, gray or black in color, and they can be smooth or rough to the texture, small as peas and as large as footballs, and they grow in clusters. They may be found anywhere on a deer's body, and these growths are caused by viruses that are contagious within a same species. That's the key here, they're within the same species. Papilloma viruses that infect one species usually never infect another species. So what happens to a deer that has these? Especially in one of these cases where you see there's dozens of these growths on a deer. Well, with any virus, that virus runs its course, and eventually the blood supply to that growth is going to be cut off, and that tumor is going to fall off. In northern areas like where we live, this normally happens in winter. I find this very interesting, and yes, the white-tailed deer is a very adaptable species, and this is just another case that shows us what they have to deal with on a day-to-day basis and how they eventually survive it.